For as long as there's been civilization, there have been cities. From the great ancient metropolises of Rome and Carthage, through to modern capitals like New York and Dubai, cities are history in motion. Their buildings, artwork, sculptures, and ruins tell the story of humanity, religion, government, and so much more. But in a few rare places, the story doesn't stretch back decades or even centuries, but rather millennia, right back to the dawn of civilization itself. Before we begin, be sure to hit the like button to help us out. We're so excited to kick off this list. Now, here are 10 of the oldest cities in the world. Let's dive into some history. Number 10. Damascus, Syria. No one knows for sure when Damascus was first settled. Some say this ancient cultural and commercial center is the oldest continually inhabited city in the world. Indeed, archaeological evidence suggests that people have lived in the Damascus region since 10,000 to 8,000 BC. That's roughly around the dawn of agriculture. However, the city is unlikely to be 10,000 years old. The city walls, which have long protected this antique metropolis over the centuries of wars, only date back to the 3rd century. Since then, generations of Greeks, Romans, Arab Muslims, Seljuk Turks, and Ottomans have passed through the city gates as proud conquerors. Being at the intersection of Europe, Asia, and Africa meant Damascus was always the holy grail of Mediterranean power. That's left a lasting legacy in the architecture and cultural traditions of the city to this day. The Umayyad Mosque, for example, still remains as one of the largest and oldest mosques globally, being built sometime around the early 8th century. Today, Damascus is the capital of Syria and one of the most important cities in the region. Number 9. Luxor, Egypt. Coming in at number 9 is the City of the Kings, Luxor, also known as Thebes. Strange it seems for such an ancient city to be most renowned as the capital of the Egyptian New Kingdom. But then Egyptian civilization did last over 3,000 years, with kings, pharaohs, and emperors crusading the early days. Through it all, the city of Thebes, not to be confused with its Greek counterpart, remained strong. Originally founded as a small trading post around 3200 BC, the city rapidly became the Egyptian Empire's principal metropolis. Interestingly, the remains can still be seen today if you explore the city. There's a reason archaeologists call Luxor the world's greatest open-air museum. Monuments and statues are scattered through the city, amidst the ancient ruins of the Karnak and Luxor temples. And just a short journey away is the Theban necropolis, a vast complex of tombs, which includes the Valley of Kings and the Valley of Queens. Little wonder UNESCO named these ancient ruins a World Heritage Site in 1979. Over 5,000 years since its founding, Thebes still remembers a now long-forgotten age. Number 8. Athens, Greece. Democracy, science, mathematics, philosophy, art all owe their existence to Athens, the cradle of Western civilization as we know it today. People have lived for at least 7,000 years on the rocky hillsides, where today the Parthenon towers over the city. However, it wasn't until the 1st millennium BC that Athens finally came to prominence as the leading power center of ancient Greece. Legend has it that Athena, the city's patron goddess, battled Poseidon to win the honor of gifting the city an olive tree, the ancient symbol of peace and prosperity. Unfortunately, while prosperity came to the city, peace did not. After the Athenians saw off Spartan and Persian contenders, it was the Romans who first conquered the land, followed by the Byzantines, who in turn fell to the Ottomans. Today, the city is safely back in Greek hands, being a tourist destination for more than 3 million inhabitants every year. Still, despite all this change, it's hard not to walk the ancient streets and imagine the great philosophers, Hippocrates, Socrates, and Aristotle, strolling along debating the wonders of the universe. Number 7. Susa, Iran. When the first stones of Susa were laid, the last mammoths still stalked the steppes of Siberia. That was over 7,000 years ago. Civilization was in its infancy. Only in 4200 BC did Susa arise as an important trading town, before finally becoming the capital of the Elamite Empire. Its success was down to its location at the base of the Zagros Mountains and east of the Tigris River. Spices and artisan goods passed through along the trade routes that ran between the great empires of East and West, and the Susans grew rich on the profits. That made the capital an attractive target. First, the brutal Assyrians annexed the city. Then the legendary Alexander the Great took it for his own. It's said the young conqueror organized the Susa weddings here in 324 BC, a vast event involving the arranged marriage of 10,000 Macedonians and Persians in an attempt to fuse the two hemispheres into one unified culture. Today, this World Heritage Site is renowned for its historical and cultural significance. With much of the ruins still to be excavated, who knows what secrets it holds. Number 6. Jerusalem. Perhaps the most famous city on the list, and also the most hotly contested. For Jerusalem is more than just a city. It's a nexus point for 3 continents and a holy city for the 3 major world religions: Judaism, Islam, and Christianity. It's believed the city was first inhabited between 4,500 to 3,500 BC. In the 5,000 years since, Jerusalem has been attacked 52 times, captured and recaptured 44 times, besieged 23 times, and destroyed at least twice. Yet despite Canaanites, Egyptians, Assyrians, Babylonians, Romans, and Arabs all fighting to claim the city as their own, it persists. Even the buildings linger on, from Temple Mount to the Al-Aqsa Mosque, the western wall to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Jerusalem is a city steeped in history. Every street and alley has a story to tell. Nor has history stopped yet. The city remains a site of conflict, divided between Israel and Palestine. Hopefully with time, the city that means so much to the world will finally live in peace. We're now halfway through our video. We hope you're still with us, because we have a lot more content to cover. If you're enjoying the video, comment oldest cities down below. Number 5. Argos, Greece. Before the ancient Greeks rose, there were the Mycenaeans, one of the great Bronze Age powers. Argos, located on the Peloponnese Peninsula, was their major stronghold. It derives its name from Argus, the son of Zeus and Niobe, known as all-seeing. According to Greek mythology, he served as the city's 3rd king. In truth, the city had been inhabited for over 5,000 years. In the 5th century BC, the city rose to become the major power on the peninsula. That was until the Spartans challenged them for supremacy. Yet it wasn't all war and conquest. Argos was famed as a cultural hub, being one of the first cities to hold musical competitions. Then under the Romans, Argos flourished once again. Even the Greek government considered Argos as their capital in 1834. Such was the city's prestige. Today, the city remains prominent, with tourists flocking to see the ancient theater, Agora, and Larissa Castle, perched high on the hill. Indeed, the city is brimming with historical wonders from the prehistoric to the modern. Number 4. Aleppo, Syria. At number 4 is another prominent Syrian city. Here, history is still in motion, with the city being amongst the worst affected by the Syrian civil war. Much of the city is still undergoing reconstruction. Yet even battered and besieged, Aleppo is a wonder to behold. Rich in heritage and esteem, it became a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1986. Despite its illustrious history, the city has scarcely been excavated by archaeologists. It's believed the site was first inhabited around 5000 BC, with Aleppo rising to prominence earlier than Damascus. But with the continuous habitation ever since, most of the history lies below the present metropolis. A few excavations point to its importance in the 3rd millennium BC, when the city was first mentioned in Mesopotamia. But its independence would not last for long. Like its sibling, Aleppo has seen Greeks, Romans, Seljuks, Mamluks, and Ottomans pass over the city like waves on the rocks. Their ruins still decorate its streets. For its stunning architecture and traditional heritage, the city was named the Islamic capital of culture in 2006. It's hard to disagree. Number 3. Plovdiv, Bulgaria. From the cluster of Mediterranean cities, we finally branch out into Europe. Plovdiv is often considered one of the oldest cities in Europe, being first settled 8,000 years ago in the Neolithic. This settlement, known locally as the City of the Seven Hills, was ruled by the Thracians during antiquity, but it was inevitably annexed by Darius the Great into the vast Persian Empire. However, Philip II of Macedon, father of Alexander the Great, left the greatest mark on the city, rechristening it Philippopolis. Under Roman rule, it became the capital of Thrace, being valuable for its location at the center of the road network and proximity to the Danube River. The city was then sacked by the Goths, rebuilt by the Byzantines, and won brief independence under the First Bulgarian Empire. Finally, like the rest of the Balkans, it found itself firmly in the grip of the Ottomans in 1364. But Plovdiv carried on as a focal point of Bulgarian culture. Today it's renowned for the well-preserved Roman ruins, including the theater, aqueduct, and stadium. Number 2. BYBLOS, Lebanon. Taking second place is a city supposedly found by time itself. According to Greek mythology, BYBLOS was the first city erected in Phoenicia, established by the god of time Cronus. The reality is no less fantastical. Founded in the Neolithic period between 8800 to 7000 BC, it was merely a fishing village until it moved to its urban form around the 3rd millennium BC. Located on the shores of the eastern Mediterranean, BYBLOS grew in trade with Egypt, notable for cedar and other lucrative woods. Indeed, the city even gave its name to books, and it was a crucial site in the development of the Phoenician alphabet, the predecessor of modern Hebrew. In the medieval period, the city was a battleground for Crusaders, Mamluks, and Ottomans, briefly becoming a Crusader state, as noted by the stalwart castle that still stands today. After a brief dip in tourism following the 2006 war, the city is once again a cultural hotspot. With beautiful beaches and ruins of unfathomable age, it's definitely worth a visit. You're nearly at the end of our video. We're on a mission to explore all of Earth's amazing destinations. Make sure you subscribe to our channel That way you'll always be notified of our latest videos. Number 1. Jericho, West Bank. Exactly when Jericho was first founded is unknown, lost to the mists of time. Estimates place the date roughly 9,600 to 9,000 BC, or approximately 11,000 years ago. Back then, humanity was little more than hunter-gatherers, and the Ice Age was a recent memory. By 8,000 BC, the locals had erected a stone wall with a tower, the fabled Walls of Jericho, whose renown would span over 9,000 years. Yet it's not believed the wall was defensive. Rather, experts suggest it was used to protect against flooding. But as the Bible tells, the walls fell, and not water but invaders came flooding in. Innumerable conquerors and armies have passed through the city, from the Romans to the British. Indeed, the city has been destroyed and rebuilt multiple times, at one point being abandoned completely. Yet no matter what, it's hobbled on. Now it's casting light on a forgotten epic in our shared history. With Jericho taking the number 1 spot, we've come to the end of our video. Thanks for watching and taking a journey in time to explore these amazing cities. Want to suggest a video or have something to say? Let us know in the comments section down below. Check out our cities playlist for more videos like this one.